That's Powder Chutes, a rockin' little band from Wanaka who have just released their self-titled debut album. With the show coming up at Auckland's Whammy Bar this week, we thought we'd have a chat, find out what to expect. So here are Clarke and Otis to fill us in.
We've played Auckland twice now. First time was a big fan, the other time was Spark Arena. So.
That's quite a... That's ridiculous.
So Whammy Bar should be.
Yeah, all right. So yeah, the show at the Spark Arena was something of an event, wasn't it? Tell folks what happened.
That was kind of cool. So we managed to link up with the Highly Suspect Boys and get on tour with them, like for their last two shows. Do you want that full spiel or?
Yes, I do indeed.
All right, I'll try.
Give it to us, because happening to getting on with them sounds like the short version.
Yeah, so pretty much we went to their. Hold on, turn my microphone down. We went to their show in Christchurch just because we were big fans of the band, and
right.
Afterwards we were kind of waiting outside, like we're on a high because it was just such an awesome show, and we overheard, Wesley Lee from The Rock.
Yeah.
He was outside as well, and he was saying, like, oh, Fat Eddie's, which is a bar in Christchurch. And we were like, all right, I guess we're going to go to Fat Eddie's. And so we were there for probably 30 minutes or so, and no one showed up. So we were like, all right, we'll have another beer and then leave. Just as we were saying that, Johnny, Matt, Mark, and Greg, their, like, manager, all walked in from the band, and we were like, holy shit. So we had to walk up to the bar and just, like, act normal. We got talking to them or whatever, and we were playing a gig in Wellington on the Saturday night.
Saturday, yeah.
And they were playing Wellington on the Friday, so we were being all cheeky, being like, "Oh, you should come to our gig in Wellington on Saturday." And we missed the part because.
Oh yes. So we threw one of our hats on the stage because we were right front and center at the gig.
Right.
And he picked it up, and he obviously recognized our name.
That's ridiculous.
We've been pestering them a little bit,
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, these guys should open for us," and everyone was like, "Yeah." So when he came back in the bar, he was like, "I meant what I said," and yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, So pretty much, then the conversation went. He's like, "Wait, so you've got all your equipment in Wellington on the Friday?" Because we told him we we're going to go to the gig. He's like, "Yeah." He's like, Do you guys want to play?
Has he, at this point, has he heard you play at all?
No. He's never seen us live. Like, I mean, maybe he's heard our stuff. Maybe the radio people we've been with have shown something. I don't know.
Right.
But, so he's completely taken a chance on us, and we're like, fuck yeah, we'll go out. So we played that Wellington show, and then me and Henry end up in town, and we just run into them again. So me and Henry, our singer, are just like out with them for 3 or 4 hours, just lots of drinks anyway.
Yeah.
It got to the point where we were asking, like, oh, what's your like least favorite songs to play live and stuff, just chatting or whatever. And they're like, oh, Lydia and My Name is Human and stuff, just all their big hits. And we're like, oh, we'll play them for you if you want. Just completely taking the piss.
Yeah, right.
And Johnny was like, would you? And we're like, yeah, 100%. And then we realized he was serious. So next minute, we've pretty much gone to Spark Arena. And so he's like, oh, you guys can play Spark Arena as well then. But nothing had been mentioned of us, like, playing that song with them at all.
Right.
And so we were like, okay, it's off. We obviously had a lot of drink. Like, there's no way that's happening.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, so we were like, no, that's not happening. And then, so we finish our show. We're like, all right, let's go get on it because, it's our favorite band ever or whatever. We'll just go enjoy the moment. And next minute, we've had quite a lot of beers. And Johnny's like, Powder Chutes, get on the stage. And then the rest is history. So we played Lydia with them. And then, so that whole thing was wild.
That's fantastic. Well, it's all downhill from here, I'm afraid.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Well, not Whammy Bar. Whammy Bar is good.
Whammy Bar.
No, Whammy Bar will be cool.
Yeah,
So what's the show going to be like? What are you doing most of the stuff from the album, I assume?
Yeah, so we got pretty much the entire album that we'll be playing. And we're being joined by good friends of ours, Hearth Hunter.
Right.
Yeah, Hamilton bass band, they're killer.
Yep.
And another band called Silk Crow.
Know them very well.
Yeah, and Animal Head as well.
Yep.
So we haven't played with either of those two bands before, but we're really excited with the
Very good, very good. I heard another band. Have you heard of a band called Spearhead?
I've heard of them.
I just saw them a Saturday night up north at Paroa Brew Company or whatever, and they'd fit into what you're doing as well. You want to
Nice.
Yeah,
keep them in mind. You can do the same for them that those guys did for you. So,
Yeah, for sure.
all right. So tell me how so you guys have been together for what, like since 2019? Is that right?
Officially, as Powder Chutes, we've been together since 2019.
So what were you, like 5 when you started the band, or what?
Funny you say. Well, I've been the last to join, so I probably joined around 2019,
Right.
and that's kind of when Powder Chutes, as we are today.
Yep.
But like Archie, the drummer, and Clarke have been playing since primary school, and
Right.
so it's been ages.
And Henry not long after. So the three of us minus you have probably been playing since, well, probably 10 years now. Yeah, about
Right.
10 years or so now.
So 10 years, and now you finally got an album. Did it seem like a long, hard road, or did it seem like, well, this is the time to do it? Let's get on with it.
Well, it was, to be fair, probably, for the first, probably until you joined, we never really even thought about recording anything. It was just something that we did just for fun and just jammed and wrote songs and stuff.
Yep.
And then we did that first. We had an EP out for a while called Sweet Noise Pollution, which was done when we were 15, 16.
Yeah.
So that's got there's probably 5 songs on the new album that are from that, not the same recording, but those same songs.
Right.
But then it came to time to do an album. We had all these new songs. And because obviously we were pretty young when we did those, we thought we could do those songs justice a lot better than we had.
Mm-hmm.
So we came in and re-recorded all of those as well. So I guess the album is pretty much just like us until now.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
us until now, and we're kind of we're just out of I'm just out of high school, so now we're kind of like really pushing it and taking stuff seriously. So,
all right, don't take it too seriously.
No.
Take all the fun out of it.
Not seriously.
Yeah.
So tell me about the session. You had a couple of guys helping you produce the thing, Steve and Tom. Who were they, and what did they do as far as getting it to sound the way it does?
So I guess you need to start with the studio because they both like resident studio engineers / producers. So the studio is Studio Sublime in Currell, which is just this real sick studio. It's like an old like sheep shearing shed that's just been converted. So Steve is the owner of the studio, and he's like the producer. And then Tom works there. He's like the in-house engineer, and we've got a real close bond with both of those guys just because we almost lived there for like a few months, But so yeah, and Tom mixed the album as well. Did a really good job with that.
He also did quite a lot of producing as well. They both had heaps of input, and
Right.
where
And what was the vibe like in the studio? Was there a lot of tension? Was it fun? Was it somewhere in between? What was it like?
It was pretty fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It was probably too much fun at some points. But
yeah, it can get like that.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, but we were pretty like we enjoy recording music, so it was a lot of fun. But we were still very good with getting things done.
Well, we were probably doing close to 13, 14-hour days. Which was the good thing about. Well, it's literally a studio in the middle of nowhere, so there's nothing else.
Nothing else to do.
You literally wake up, have a shower, have breakfast, and then you're in the studio until like
midnight,
1, 2 a.m. in the morning,
right.
Which is it's really good. You get a lot done.
No distractions. That's good. So I was going to pick just one track maybe that you could tell me about, just random. Well, it's not random because it's one I like, I think. Singing It Off.
I'm waiting for it to come to me. A constitution I believe. Why can't you just let it be? So this is it, oh now I see. I find that hard to believe. I don't know what you want from me. I'm singing on. I'm singing on.
That's funny because there's probably probably one of our oldest songs. Like, we probably wrote that when
we were writing that before you were in the band.
Yeah.
Like that's probably the oldest song.
Really?
Almost on that album, I think. Yeah, it probably is the oldest song. Yeah, so that's that's I can't even hardly remember writing that, but yeah, that funny enough, that's actually one of our least favorite songs to play.
There you go.
Yeah, which is probably checks out with the time, but yeah.
And how do you write together? Does everybody actually write together? Because I see that's how you credit all the tunes, but
it is pretty communal. It's usually Clarke comes up with a riff and a general structure, and then we'll all kind of come in and pick away at it and find what we like, find what we don't like, add parts. And then Henry, our vocalist, is more or less all of the vocals and
the lyrics,
all of that side of it. Yeah.
Yep.
Obviously, if he comes up with something shit, we'll tell him. But
well, that's good.
For the most part, we leave him to it. Yeah.
Right. And do you have discussions about what the songs are about and what the lyrics are and what they shouldn't be and should be?
More so now with this newer stuff that we're writing. Like a lot of that album was very much written, just Henry wrote the lyrics and we kind of kept out of it. But we're more so leaning now with this newer stuff we're writing to a lot more talking about it and just like we are a lot more involved with the lyrics and stuff now. But yeah, for the album, I think for the most part, yeah.
And you got a bunch of pretty cool videos that you made to go along with it. Is there somebody in the band or around the band that's responsible for that?
Well, he's not in the band, but he's you'd almost call him another member now. It's a dude called Joe Murdy.
Okay.
So he's based in Wanaka, and he's amazing. So he comes up with pretty much all the concepts for those videos that you see, and charges us well below mates' rates.
Yeah, what he should. Yeah.
For what he should.
Yeah, they look great, you know.
Yeah, they're amazing.
I like the one for Vendetta. Are those like Rock'em Sock'em Robots? Is that what those are?
Yeah, no, that was fully his concept.
Maternal consequence, a child born of this, and you said, well, what can we do? Clandestine cover up, hidden under the rug, Father Truman forged a funeral. It was never about a means to an end. You always said that you needed a friend of a friend. Why'd you go? They hit you in the dark. Been a weapon right from the start. This is my invitation to you.
The video was kind of based around 1986.
Okay.
Just so we tried to keep everything in it. Like if you look at it closely, all of the albums on the wall behind where the kids are fighting are from 1986.
Right. I haven't got that close yet. I'm gonna get there.
Yeah, no, that was an amazing video.
Why 1986?
I think it was just kind of a theme that we clung on to. I don't think there's any particular
reason. It was
reason.
kind of like an 80s thing, and then we're like, all right, choose a year, and then
Like I guess there's quite a few thrash metal themes in the end, and which are kind of inspired from that kind of era. So.
Right. So speaking of that, tell me a little bit about your musical background. What did you first started listening to? What got you inspired to be musicians?
Oh, should to be fair, I grown up in a family where my dad just adores everything music. Like as long as I can remember, there's been thousands of records in my house. And
nice.
So I don't know if I can pinpoint one artist or anything. There's I don't know. There's so many things. Like my dad was live at Reading Nirvana, and he always used to play us that concert, and
sure.
I just thought it was the most amazing thing, you know.
And he was at the show?
Yeah, he was at the show.
So did he always tell you where he was?
He still does.
Yeah, he still does.
That's a dad thing to do. Yep.
Yeah. So I think he was a big influence on me and me wanting to be part of music.
Yeah. I'm probably the complete opposite to you in a way. Like my family is not musical at all in the slightest. But I think I started playing guitar because my mum forced me to because she wanted me to have a hobby, and I actually hated it for like a year or two. Like I despised the guitar, but and then probably when it was 20, I can't even remember when it was. My dad took me to a Guns N' Roses concert. It was like on their first like reunion tour or whatever.
Yep.
That was from that moment. I was like, holy shit! Like music is actually kind of all right.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah. So that was kind of the moment for me. I mean, again, very like my family definitely pushed that on me, but themselves they don't really play at all.
So once that happened, did you aspire to be Slash, or did you listen to a bunch of guitar players? What was your process like after that?
Yeah, I mean, definitely for years and years and years, Slash or Guns N' Roses was like a massive influence of the way I played. You could probably like Singing It Off, you mentioned, is very
right.
That shines through a lot in that song, which probably goes for the time. It doesn't shine through so much now. Now I'm more kind of, I like Slipknot and I like just bands like She Had, and just I like a lot of grunge music and stuff, which is, I guess we're all kind of the same with that now.
Yep. Did you see She Had on their farewell tour?
Yes.
Yeah, it was so sick.
Can you see yourself doing that in about 35 years?
That's the goal. Yeah, that's the goal. Yeah.
Well, we will be. It's maybe
Maybe
hopefully not just in a pub.
Yeah, it might be a pub with 4 people, but
you've already done Spark Arena once, so what the heck?
Yeah,
because they put on a good show at Spark with D4 and a bunch of other bands there.
Yeah, I wish I could have come up to those.
That was a good one. I was there. Yep. All righty, very good. All right, so you're going to be here. 29th is when you're up here at the Whammy Bar, right?
Yeah, the Thursday, yeah.
And then is there more shows after that on the tour?
Yes. So after that, we have Hamilton.
Yep.
Is the Friday night of that. Where we go? So Hamilton is Friday night, and then we're playing Taupo on Saturday.
Very good.
Yeah.
Oh, one more question. Have you heard from Shapeshifter? Have they heard your version of Dutchies?
Yeah, well, P. Diggs, the lead singer, he actually lives really local. He lives just
right,
probably half an hour away. So we've actually bumped into him quite a lot, and yeah, he loves it, and
he says he loves it.
He says he loves it. I think he's actually going to sing it with us.
That'd be cool.
Soon.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
well, you can't beat that. That's an endorsement. All righty. All right, it's dinner time. Yeah, I'm sure you want to eat, and so do I. So let's call it a day here. But thank you very much. Good luck with the show at the Whammy Bar, because hopefully tickets are selling like hotcakes, are they?
Yeah, they are.
They are. All right. Excellent. All right, thanks a lot, guys.
Hey, thank you so much.
If you enjoyed this episode of the 13th Floor's Music Talk series, please be sure to subscribe to the website or to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram, and wherever you find your podcasts. There's a whole lot more to discover.